What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for another Transfer Daily Extra. As you can see, main topic, Fagioli. Before I start off with Fagioli, because I'm recording it late to drop early, some news broke. Really quick updates. It's Romeo basically confirming that there is a meeting on Wednesday with Di Maria's agent in London because Argentina play Italy. So there is a meeting confirmed. Di Maria wants a 1-year deal, around 7.5-8 million, and that's it. 1 year, then he wants to go to Argentina to play, and the club is basically reflecting on that. We had a discussion on the live if that's a good thing in terms of will he be motivated just playing 1 year World Cup in December and then coming back to the club for a few months with his mind set in terms of I'm going back home to my home country at the end of the season. So that's one piece of news. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. We will discuss that further today during a live, the dailies. So stay tuned for that. Other bit of news is confident for Pogba. Nothing really changed. The club is just confident. Also meeting this week, apparently. When? We don't know. The other big news story is Demiral. According to Luca Bianchin, who works for the Gazzetta dello Sport, Atalanta are a bit doubtful in terms of do they want to activate the clause to buy Demiral for around 20 million euros. So there is a possibility that he will return to the club. Let's see. It's not certain. They're just reflecting on should we pay the 20 million euros for Demiral or send him back to Juve. Let me know what you think about that. Demiral wants to play. That's why he left for Atalanta in the first place. So I don't think he has a future at the club. Also because I don't think Allegri is a big fan of him, to be honest. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. Do you think Atalanta are going to actually send him back to us, or are they just not bluffing, but like basically haggling for a discount, which I don't think the club is going to should give also, because they miss out on 1 year of Champions League and they cannot pay 20 million euros. That's not correct. That's not okay. Like we overpay for players from smaller clubs, quote unquote. They should pay the money if they want a player. So let me know what you think about that. This video is going to be about Fagioli more because he didn't speak, but Nico Balice put out some news on Fagioli. Now, we know there's going to be a meeting this week, next week, in the coming days with Fagioli's agent to discuss his future. Now, the club wants to keep him in terms of they want to give him a long-term deal. Fagioli's dream is to play for the club. He's a Juve fan. We know that. Like, there's no hiding. He said that many times. He's playing Serie A football at the moment. Oh, not at the moment, but like he came up to Serie A with Cremonese. So he can play Serie A football if he wants to go back to Cremonese. But according to Nico Balice, the news is Fagioli will not accept a loan move again. Juve could consider offers from 10 to 50 million euros. If he doesn't sign a new contract, Nicola will only sign a new contract if Juve offer him a place in the first team next season. Now, that's massive news if it's true. Because I rate that he wants to basically play for the club. That's his dream. He believes he's good enough. He believes he has a place in the squad. I rate that. So he's very confident, and that's good. You know, if you're confident, that means you believe in yourself. And I don't think he, like, let's say if it's Frabotta saying this, I'm like, you're deluded, because you're not that talented. Fagioli is talented. So if he says that, I'm not going to say like, you cannot say that, you're not good enough, because he is talented. So he has every right to think that about himself, to be that confident. But let's be honest, it's a sticky situation because the club's intentions were to renew and loan him out. But the last few weeks, days, his agent, he are speaking a lot, and you can basically feel the way they're going with this. Include me in the first team or just sell me. I'm going on my different path, basically, which is correct. Like, he's a Juve fan, but he needs to choose for his career. Like, he needs, not every fan is going to play for his ciao to club or like the club they supported. That's never the case almost. That's very rare. So I understand he or like Fagioli saying, play me or I'm leaving. I understand that fully. That's fair to say. Now, do I think he's gonna stay? In terms of, do I think Allegri is gonna keep him in the club? No, I don't believe that, because I think Miretti is gonna stay, and I think the club, and with the club I mean Allegri, is not gonna keep Miretti and Fagioli in the first team. Also because we were talking about Miretti staying and getting 15 games in total, not starts, but 15 games. I'm like 15 to 20 games. I'm like, that's massive. That's already big. Now imagine adding Fagioli to that team. That means they're going to split it, and each are going to get maybe 7 to 10 games each. That's not going to help anyone, especially not Fagioli, who had a good season in Serie B, young player of the year, and then goes back to the bench to Juve. That's a bad solution. So I think if this news is confirmed, I think he's gone, because he's not going to play. Allegri's not going to start him. I don't believe Allegri's going to play him 20 games, good minutes, give him solid minutes, not 10 minutes here and there, So it's a sticky situation if it's confirmed, if the news is confirmed, Again, do I think he's talented enough to have a future at the club? I do believe that. Do I think this is a moment the club is going to bounce on it? No, just because I think they believe in Miretti at the moment, and Allegri is like, one is enough. That's the feeling you get from him, that he will say, one is enough, not 2, 1. Because, okay, you can sell Ramsey, not sell, terminate his contract. Maybe you can get rid of Arthur, and then what happens? You're going to sell McKennie? Does anyone want Rabiot? And then you need to replace Rabiot or McKennie with Fagioli and Miretti. We bring in Pogba. We know he's kind of injury prone. So if Pogba picks up an injury, it's back to square one. In terms of, it's back the same midfield. It's back from this season or previous season, basically, almost already. So it's a sticky situation if the news is confirmed, because we know there's going to be a meeting, but nobody knows what's going to happen. So let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen, or what should happen, what you think should happen. And don't say sell Rabiot, because yeah, that's what we want to do, but you need to find a buyer. Like, you cannot tell Newcastle you're gonna buy Rabiot, and they're gonna buy Rabiot. Like, the club needs to want Rabiot, and they need to be willing to pay his wages and a transfer fee. So it's not easy. That's the problem. Everybody can say sell Rabiot. I'm saying sell Rabiot, but it's not easy. So we need to keep that into consideration. So let me know in the comments what you think about Fagioli. Like, do you think he should be in the squad? Keep in mind, Miretti's going to stay. Do you think Allegri's going to play him? Do you think playing 7 to 10 games is good for his development after the season he had in Serie B? Or do you think he just needs to choose his own path, and go for his own success? So yeah. So that's basically the news. Fagioli, that's the main news. Demiral, let's see how that will develop. Pogba and Di Maria meeting on Wednesday. Pogba, confident, PSG out of the race, basically. That's news. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and stay tuned for a new daily video and a live show later today. Ciao.